In this heartfelt video, we honor legendary wrestlers who have passed away, celebrating their incredible contributions to wrestling. Their passion, talent, and dedication left an everlasting impact on fans and the sport itself. We also discuss emotional news about Ronda Rousey, a beloved icon whose recent developments have deeply touched fans worldwide. Join us as we reflect on their legacies, share cherished memories, and celebrate their remarkable lives. Subscribe to keep their inspiring stories alive and never forgotten. Crash Holly, born Michael John Lockwood on August 25, 1971, in Brooklyn, New York, was a professional wrestler celebrated for his high-flying moves, sharp comedic timing, and his embodiment of the gritty underdog persona. He became a fan favorite in the late 1990s and early 2000s during his time with the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, where his tenacity and never-say-die attitude set him apart. Known by his ring name, Crash Holly, he became a key figure in the hardcore division, an exciting and unpredictable segment of WWF programming where matches often involved extreme rules, including weapons and chaotic brawls. His crowning achievement came when he won the WWF Hardcore Championship, a title renowned for its brutal and wild matches. Crash's performances in the division were among the most consistent and entertaining, with his memorable rivalries against wrestlers such as the Big Boss Man, Taz, and The Godfather leaving an indelible mark on the company. He also contributed to the tag team scene alongside the Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian, adding his high-energy, high-flying style to the action that defined the era. Tragically, on November 6, 2003, Crash Holly passed away at the age of 32 from suicide by drug overdose and alcohol poisoning. His untimely death shook the wrestling world, as it was revealed that he had struggled with emotional challenges and substance abuse. His passing prompted a renewed focus on the mental health struggles faced by wrestlers, particularly after their careers end, as they often wrestle with the transition to life outside the ring. Crash's death underscored the dangers of substance abuse, a recurring issue within the wrestling community. His legacy lives on through his contributions to the Hardcore Championship division, his unwavering dedication to entertaining fans, and his authentic passion for the sport. Yokozuna, born Rodney Anoa'i on October 2, 1966, in San Francisco, California, remains one of the most iconic and influential figures in the world of professional wrestling. A proud member of the legendary Anoa'i family, which has produced numerous wrestling stars, Yokozuna's name became synonymous with strength and dominance in the ring. At 6 feet 4 inches and weighing over 500 pounds at his peak, he was a towering figure who commanded attention wherever he went. Known for his sumo-inspired style, fierce charisma, and larger-than-life persona, Yokozuna's presence in WWE, then WWF, was unparalleled during the 1990s. He quickly rose to superstardom, playing the role of a monster heel, villain, and captivating audiences with his unique character, sumo wrestler from Japan. His imposing physique and intimidating nature allowed him to defeat some of the biggest names in the business, cementing his legacy as a top-tier wrestler. Sadly, Yokozuna's life was tragically cut short when he passed away on October 23, 2000, at the age of 34 due to heart failure, a result of complications from obesity. His untimely death sent shockwaves through the wrestling world, particularly considering his age. Yokozuna had struggled with his weight for many years, and the physical demands of wrestling combined with his health issues ultimately led to his passing. The impact of his death was deeply felt by his family, the Anoa'i dynasty, and the wrestling community as a whole. He is remembered as one of the most memorable and influential wrestlers of his era, with a lasting legacy that includes major championship wins and unforgettable matches. Posthumously inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2012, Yokozuna's influence continues to resonate in the wrestling world. His family, including stars like The Rock and Roman Reigns, carries on his legacy, ensuring his contributions to the sport are never forgotten. Yokozuna's story serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of health and wellness for athletes, especially in physically demanding sports like wrestling. Rick Rude, born Richard Morgan Flyer on December 7, 1958, in St. Petersburg, Florida, was one of the most charismatic and skilled wrestlers of the 1980s and early 1990s. Known for his sculpted physique, arrogant attitude, and larger-than-life personality, Rude became a major figure during wrestling's golden era. His career spanned across top promotions like the WWF, WCW, and later ECW, where his in-ring talent and captivating persona earned him numerous titles, including the WWF Intercontinental Championship and the WCW International World Heavyweight Championship. One of Rude's most memorable contributions to wrestling was his involvement in some of the most iconic feuds of the 1980s. His rivalry with Jake the Snake Roberts, the Ultimate Warrior, and Ric Flair helped define the era, with his back and forth with Warrior over the Intercontinental Championship standing out as one of the most heated. His finishing move, the Rude Awakening, combined with his memorable catchphrases like, "I've got the best body in professional wrestling," made him a beloved villain in the eyes of fans. Even when playing the bad guy, Rude's confidence and charisma won him admiration. Rick Rude's influence on wrestling still echoes today. He wasn't just known for his in-ring abilities, but also for his unmatched presence and ability to connect with fans. His imposing character and contributions to sports entertainment paved the way for future wrestlers. In 2017, Rude was inducted posthumously into the WWE Hall of Fame, solidifying his place in wrestling history. His legacy continues through his unforgettable rivalries, his trailblazing persona, and the lasting impact he had on the evolution of wrestling characters. Miss Elizabeth, born Elizabeth Ann Hewlett, on November 19, 1960, in Frankfort, Kentucky, stands as one of the most iconic figures in the history of professional wrestling. Initially entering the industry as a manager, she rose to fame as the valet for Macho Man Randy Savage in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now known as WWE. Her combination of beauty, charisma, and poise endeared her to fans, establishing her as one of the first women to garner significant mainstream recognition in a predominantly male-dominated industry. Miss Elizabeth's contributions to professional wrestling were marked by her role in the widely celebrated storyline involving Savage and Elizabeth, which culminated in their on-screen marriage at the 1991 SummerSlam event. This storyline was pivotal, with Elizabeth playing a crucial role in the emotional narratives that characterized the wrestling world during the late 1980s and early 1990s. Despite her professional success, Elizabeth faced significant personal challenges. Her relationship with Randy Savage was marred by abuse, and after their divorce in 1992, she encountered personal and professional setbacks. Struggling with substance abuse, she experienced health deterioration and strained relationships, overshadowing her once thriving career. Tragically, on May 1, 2003, Miss Elizabeth passed away at the age of 42 due to an accidental drug overdose, which occurred at the home of her then-partner, professional wrestler Lex Luger. The overdose was caused by a combination of painkillers, muscle relaxants, and anti-anxiety medications exacerbated by her history of substance abuse. Her death had a profound impact on the wrestling community, marking the loss of a trailblazer who had broken barriers for women in the industry. Today, her legacy endures, remembered as a pioneering figure who significantly influenced the golden era of wrestling. Her contributions remain integral to the ongoing evolution of women's representation in sports entertainment. Big Dick Dudley, aka John J. Hughes, was a force to be reckoned with in the world of professional wrestling. Born on January 1st, 1967 in New Jersey, Big Dick made a name for himself in Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, where he became a key player in the legendary Dudley family. Standing tall at 6 feet 9 inches and tipping the scales at around 400 pounds, he was a mountain of a man who could command attention without even trying. Part of the notorious Dudley Boys group, led by the dynamic Devon and Bubba Ray Dudley, Big Dick brought the muscle and intimidation factor that helped propel the faction to fame. His role? The enforcer, the guy you called when things got really messy, which, in ECW, was basically all the time. His larger-than-life persona and thunderous presence made him a memorable figure in the chaos that defined ECW's hardcore wrestling style. Big Dick was known for his raw strength and his willingness to get involved in some of the most brutal, hard-hitting matches around. Whether he was throwing punches or smashing opponents through tables, his impact was undeniable. While he never snagged a major championship, his contributions to the Dudley family's success and ECW's growth in the 90s were legendary. Sadly, Big Dick's life was cut short when he passed away unexpectedly on January 26, 2002, at just 34 years old from kidney failure. His passing left fans, family, and fellow wrestlers heartbroken. Even though his career was relatively brief, Big Dick's legacy still looms large in ECW history. His death also brought attention to the physical toll the wrestling world can take, from the strain on the body to the hidden health risks many face. His memory lives on as an unforgettable part of the Dudley family saga, reminding fans of the intense and often perilous world behind the scenes. Viscera, born Nelson Frazier Jr. on February 14, 1971, in Sledge, Mississippi, was a towering figure in professional wrestling, known for his imposing size, commanding presence, and remarkable versatility. Standing at 6 feet 9 inches and weighing approximately 450 pounds, Frazier was one of the most physically dominant performers of his time. He first rose to prominence in the 1990s under the ring name Mabel in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, where his victory in the 1995 King of the Ring tournament marked a pivotal moment in his career. As Mabel, he was a key member of the tag team Men on a Mission MOM, alongside Mo, captivating fans with their energetic performances. However, it was his transformation into Viscera, a monstrous dark character, that solidified his place in WWE history. As Viscera, Frazier embraced a more sinister persona, joining the Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness faction in the late 1990s, where his size and menacing demeanor made him one of the most unforgettable figures in professional wrestling. Later, Frazier reinvented himself once more, adopting a comedic lover gimmick that showcased his personality in a lighthearted and humorous way, including a playful rivalry with The Godfather. His ability to reinvent himself time and again demonstrated his skill and commitment to the craft. Tragically, Frazier passed away from a heart attack on February 18, 2014, just days after celebrating his 43rd birthday. His sudden death sent shockwaves through the wrestling world, especially given his recent health improvements. Viscera's legacy lives on, particularly among fans who remember him for his incredible versatility. His passing highlighted the serious health challenges many wrestlers face, particularly those related to obesity and heart conditions, prompting greater awareness about health and wellness in the industry. Viscera will always be remembered as a beloved, multifaceted performer who brought both intensity and humor to the ring. Dynamite Kid, born Thomas Billington on December 5, 1958, in England, is widely regarded as one of the most influential and revolutionary figures in the history of professional wrestling. Renowned for his exceptional athleticism, technical prowess, and high-flying abilities, Dynamite Kid was a true pioneer of modern wrestling. His early career in the British wrestling scene paved the way for his rise to international prominence, first in Japan's All Japan Pro Wrestling, AJPW, and later in the WWF, now WWE, where he became a key member of the iconic tag team, the British Bulldogs, alongside his cousin, Davey Boy Smith. Within the WWF, Dynamite Kid and the British Bulldogs garnered widespread acclaim, becoming one of the most respected and skilled tag teams of their era, capturing the WWF Tag Team Championship in 1986. Their matches, characterized by a combination of technical excellence and high-octane energy, were widely celebrated, particularly those against formidable opponents such as Bret Hart and Randy Savage. As a singles competitor, Dynamite Kid earned recognition for his hard-hitting style, remarkable agility, and unparalleled ability to craft realistic, intense matches that captivated audiences. His influence on the wrestling world is immeasurable, with many future stars citing him as a key inspiration, particularly in the areas of technical wrestling and high-flying maneuvers, both of which would come to define the future of the industry. Dynamite Kid passed away on December 5, 2018, at the age of 60, succumbing to complications from a stroke. His death marked the end of an era for fans of technical wrestling, but his legacy remains firmly entrenched in the annals of wrestling history. Despite his personal struggles and physical decline in his later years, Dynamite Kid's contributions to the sport endure, and his influence continues to be felt in the work of many contemporary wrestlers. His passing, deeply mourned by his family, friends, and fans, only solidified his place as a trailblazer who fundamentally shaped the landscape of professional wrestling. Jim the Anvil Neidhart, born on February 8, 1955, in Tampa, Florida, was a powerhouse in the world of professional wrestling, known for his strength, charisma, and key role in the iconic Hart Foundation tag team, alongside Bret the Hitman Hart. Neidhart made his WWF debut in the early 1980s, quickly establishing himself as a tough, powerhouse wrestler with a signature mustache and no-nonsense persona. With the Hart Foundation, he won multiple WWF Tag Team Championships, helping to shape the golden era of tag team wrestling. His combination of raw strength and surprising agility made him a fan favorite and a key part of one of the most successful tag teams in history. Off the mat, Neidhart's life wasn't without its struggles. Like many wrestlers of his time, he faced personal challenges, including battles with substance abuse and the physical toll of years of grueling matches. His body took a beating, especially his back and knees, but he continued to perform at a high level for years, proving his resilience. Even after his time with WWF, Neidhart remained a respected figure in the wrestling world, making occasional appearances in various promotions. Tragically, Jim Neidhart passed away on August 13, 2018, at the age of 63, after suffering a head injury from a fall at his home in Florida, which led to a fatal brain hemorrhage. His untimely death shocked the wrestling community, leaving his family and fans devastated. Neidhart's legacy lives on through his contributions to the Hart Foundation and the lasting impact he had on tag team wrestling. His passing serves as a reminder of the physical and mental toll that comes with a wrestling career, but his influence continues to inspire wrestlers and fans to this day. Few athletes have had the transformative impact on both combat sports and professional wrestling that Ronda Rousey has. Known for her intensity, dominance, and ability to break barriers, Rousey is a global icon whose journey from Olympic judo to the world of WWE is nothing short of extraordinary. Whether competing inside the octagon or the squared circle, Ronda Rousey has always been a force to be reckoned with. Her story is one of incredible triumphs, personal challenges, and resilience in the face of adversity. Let's dive into the remarkable life of Ronda Rousey, covering her early years, her ascent in the world of MMA and WWE, her health struggles, and what the future holds for this powerhouse athlete. Early life and amateur wrestling career. Ronda Jean Rousey was born on February 1st, 1987, in Riverside, California. Her journey into combat sports began at an early age, heavily influenced by her mother, Anne Maria DeMars, who was the first American to win a World Judo Championship. Rousey's early years were not without struggles. She was born with apraxia, a speech disorder, which made her childhood particularly challenging. However, these difficulties shaped her determination to succeed. Rousey began training in judo at the age of 11 under the guidance of her mother, quickly developing into a prodigious talent. At the age of 17, Rousey qualified for the 2004 Olympic Games in Athens, becoming the youngest judoka at the event. She narrowly missed out on a medal but returned to the Olympics in 2008, where she won a bronze medal in Beijing, making her the first American woman to medal in Olympic judo. This accomplishment marked her rise to prominence and set the stage for her future as a top-tier athlete. Transition to professional MMA and WWE. After her Olympic success, Ronda Rousey transitioned to mixed martial arts, MMA, in 2010. She trained at the Glendale Fighting Club under the tutelage of Edmond Tarverdyan, where her judo skills translated seamlessly into MMA, particularly through her devastating armbar submission. Rousey quickly earned a reputation as a dominant fighter, and by 2011 she made her professional MMA debut, winning her first match by submission in just 25 seconds. In 2012, Rousey became the first woman to sign with the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC, a groundbreaking moment for women in combat sports. She was immediately named the UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion, solidifying her place in history as the face of women's MMA. Rousey's reign in the UFC was legendary. She defended her title 6 times, winning most of her fights in under a minute. Her swift victories and larger-than-life persona propelled her to stardom, earning her roles in films and endorsement deals. However, Rousey's UFC career hit a rough patch in 2015 when she suffered her first defeat to Holly Holm, losing the championship belt. The loss was followed by another devastating defeat in 2016 against Amanda Nunes, which led Rousey to take a step back from MMA competition. The transition from MMA to professional wrestling in 2018 was Rousey's next big move. Ronda made her WWE debut at WrestleMania 34 in 2018, teaming up with Kurt Angle in a mixed tag match against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. The performance was widely praised, showcasing Rousey's natural aptitude for professional wrestling. Her meteoric rise in WWE was swift. Within months, she captured the Raw Women's Championship and held it for 231 days. Rousey's presence brought mainstream attention to WWE and played a key role in elevating the women's division, making her one of the most impactful cross-sport athletes in history. Health struggles. While Ronda Rousey achieved unprecedented success in both MMA and WWE, her career has not been without physical challenges. Her time in the UFC took a toll on her body, with multiple injuries sustained during training and competition. The losses in 2015 and 2016 left not just physical scars but emotional ones, as Rousey struggled with anxiety and depression following her defeats in the octagon. The pressure of maintaining her undefeated streak and living up to fan expectations contributed to a period of withdrawal from the public eye. In WWE, Rousey's physically demanding matches also led to injuries. In 2019, she suffered a severe hand injury during a triple threat match at WrestleMania 35, which sidelined her from in-ring action. Rousey has spoken candidly about the toll that professional wrestling takes on the body, from grueling travel schedules to the intense physicality of performing multiple times a week. Ronda Rousey has been open about the toll that her career in both judo and MMA took on her body, particularly the neurological damage she sustained over the years. She revealed that her journey in combat sports began with significant physical sacrifices. "When I started in MMA, I had already suffered a dozen concussions that I endured without stopping," Rousey explained. "I lived with concussion symptoms for a decade." Rousey's experience in judo, where she faced intense physical demands from a young age, had already left her with numerous head injuries by the time she transitioned into MMA. This realization played a crucial role in how she approached her fights in the UFC. Knowing that her brain could not endure many more blows to the head, Rousey made it a point to finish her fights quickly and violently to avoid prolonged exposure to trauma. Her fight strategy became all the more evident as she consistently dominated opponents within the first few minutes, frequently using her judo background to execute swift submissions. Rousey's career was not just about winning titles, but also about managing the risk of further neurological injury. For her, each fight carried the urgency of knowing that any additional head trauma could have long-term consequences, forcing her to adapt her style to prioritize her health. Rumors and health update. In recent years, rumors about Ronda Rousey's potential return to professional wrestling, or MMA, have circulated widely. Speculation about her health and future in the industry intensified after her hiatus from WWE in 2019. Fans were eager to see whether Rowdy Ronda would return to reclaim her throne in either UFC or WWE, but Rousey has remained largely out of the spotlight since then. As of 2024, Rousey is focused on her personal life and recovery. After welcoming her first child with husband Travis Brown in September 2021, Rousey took a step back from her demanding career to focus on motherhood. While she has not ruled out a return to professional wrestling, she has emphasized the importance of balancing her career and family life. Rumors about her returning for one final run in WWE continue to make waves, especially considering WWE's continued expansion of its women's division. However, Rousey has remained non-committal, focusing on her recovery from past injuries and enjoying her new chapter as a mother. Physically, Rousey has been rehabilitating from the injuries she sustained during her wrestling and MMA career. Though the timeline for her in-ring return remains uncertain, Rousey has stayed active, continuing to train and maintain her physical fitness. Fans remain hopeful that the baddest woman on the planet will one day make her triumphant return, but for now, Rousey appears content in her personal life. Conclusion: Ronda Rousey's career is a remarkable tale of perseverance, dominance, and constant reinvention. From her early days as a judo prodigy to becoming the face of women's MMA and then transitioning into a WWE superstar, Rousey's journey is unparalleled. She has broken barriers in every arena she has entered, leaving an indelible mark on both the UFC and WWE. While her career has been marked by incredible highs, Rousey has also faced her share of challenges, including physical injuries and mental health struggles. Despite these setbacks, her legacy as one of the most influential female athletes of her generation is secure. As fans eagerly await her next move, one thing remains certain. Whether inside the octagon or the squared circle, Ronda Rousey will always be remembered as a trailblazer who changed the game for women in combat sports. Her story is one of resilience, determination, and an unyielding will to succeed, and whatever the future holds, Rousey's impact on the sports world will continue to inspire generations to come.